Hi guys. Right, Donna and Karen have gone to bed. They're shattered. I'm still wide awake. I'm not used to having so much rest. You know what I'm like? I'm always up at the crack of dawn. So I had a bit of a lay-in this morning, but I'm still wide awake. So I'm going to do the washing up. I'll do one of my washing up videos for you guys. I've just put the boys in their shower room. They're ready for me. Look, here's my two boys, all set in the beds ready. Right, here you go, Snoopers. Whoops. And there you go, Snoop. There you go. Right, there they go. There's my boys. I'll just put their blankets on, guys. Oh, it's been a brilliant day. Absolutely brilliant day. I did say to Karen and Donna, I said, I want you to treat this like a holiday. And they've been absolutely fantastic. They've done everything I've asked. They've been so caring. It's been wonderful. Here you go, Snoop. And there you go, Snoop. There you go, guys. That's it. That's your lot. Okay, bedtime now. Right, boys are sorted. Let's get this kitchen cleared up, guys. I'd rather do it tonight than leave it till tomorrow morning. There's a lot to do in here. Makes a change, doesn't it? I've only usually got a couple of plates. The place is absolutely full. Never mind, I'll get it done. They moan at me in the morning for doing it. But they're tired, I'm not. Saying that, Karen is not a morning person. She just does not want to get up. I can't say I blame her. Donna's not too bad. She gets up reasonably early, but she's a bit of a night owl. She'll probably be sat up in bed on her phone, probably eating snacks. That's what she usually does. Totally different. The two of them are absolutely totally different. Right, let me give you a recap of what's happened since Monday, or including Monday. Right, you all know that I went down to London on the Sunday. I booked myself a hotel down at Liverpool Street, and I caught the train from Sudbury to Markstale, and then from Markstale I went down to London, but the train, they were doing work on the line, so I had to get on a coach at one station, and that took me to the next station, and then I carried on my trip into London. I did get off at Liverpool Street, and then I used my Google map on my phone to find the hotel, and it was very close. It was probably about a 20-minute walk, if that, from the station. It was really close. It was lovely. I'm just rinsing the plates off here, guys. So the hotel itself was really good. It was I can only describe the rooms as being like pods. They were very small but very functional, really well set out, and ideal for a one-night stop. And that's all I needed. I just needed a bed for the night and to be there first thing in the morning. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't sleep a lot. I couldn't sleep. I had too much going on in my mind. But I attempted to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, and it didn't really work. But it made the morning come quicker. I just wanted the next day to come so I could go to the surgery and get my breasts sorted out. I got up at 5 o'clock. And I was out of the hotel by 5:30. I caught the underground train in, and I thought the underground train at that time in the morning would be really empty, and I was surprised how full it was. I didn't expect there to be quite so many people on it. I didn't manage to get seated when I first got on the train, because as the train pulled up, the people actually had their back against the door, and I didn't think I'd even get on the train. But as the door opened, some of them actually came out, which made room. I managed to get in. And then a couple of stops later, a seat became available, so I managed to get seated. Then I had to stay on the train until, that was from Liverpool Street Underground to Oxford Circus. Once I got to Oxford Circus, I bailed out. I missed the exit sign at the station and went the wrong way. I finally found my way back again and found it the second time round. This is the first time I've sort of done London on my own, guys. I would get better as time goes on, But yes, it was a bit of a learning curve. Something I really liked about the Underground now is that I didn't buy a ticket for the Underground. What I did was I just used my my credit card. And if you've got a credit card that's on those touch cards, you can actually go to the turnstile and touch your card on the turnstile, and it lets you through. And when you come off the other end, you touch it again, and it works out the journey. And that's all I had to do. It was so easy. I wish it had been like that years ago. That was so simple. So I got to Oxford Circus. As I said, it took me a while to find my way out of the actual station itself, but once I got that sussed and I ended up going in the right direction, I found Harley Street. Now I got to Harley Street early. I got there at 6:30 and the place was absolutely black. It wasn't open until 7 o'clock. And I walked past and looked and it was black. There was no lights on, no nothing. So I thought, right, as I'm here early, I'll carry on past it and I'll just go as far as I can, turn around and come back, but nice and slowly, not rush it, which was good. It gave me a nice walk, got some air in my lungs. It wasn't particularly cold, which was nice. And by the time I got back, it was still too early. I was still about 15 minutes too early. So I went past again to the end of the road where I originally started, then went back again. And by the time I got back, it was open. And I walked straight in. There was a fella there delivering boxes, and the front door was open, so I just walked straight in and into the reception. As soon as I walked into reception, I was greeted, and gave my name, and I sat myself down, and the lady brought me a clipboard, and I filled out all the paperwork, loads of signatures and dates to put in, your doctor's surgery, your doctor's name, your date of birth, your National Health Service number, all sorts of things, which I'd got all that information with me. So I filled all this paperwork out. While I was sat there, another lady walked in probably about half an hour later. So she got there about 7:30, and she was, a doctor or surgeon came out and took her away and then brought her back again, and then she sat down and she started doing paperwork as well. So once she'd sat down, the same doctor or surgeon who she'd seen came back and he asked me to follow him, and I went into like a little side room and sat myself down, and we went through another questionnaire, lots of signatures and dates again. It's like so many signatures I've done. It was good. Right. Very professional. I was very impressed. The whole thing was really professionally carried out. Then he left and he gave me some clothes. Well, I had to strip off and I had to put on the usual schmuck, like compression tights on my lower part of my legs. I've got some little slippers, pants, no hat. I was half expecting to have a hat as well, but I also had like a dressing gown. So no sooner had I got myself all dressed up like that, then a nurse came in. And she guided me. No, sorry, it wasn't the nurse. It was this, do they call it the anaesthesia? Bloke who gives you the medication, the injection. You know who it is, I don't. I can't remember what his title was. Anyway, anaesthetist. Anyway, I follow him down the corridor and he takes me into like the operating room. So I walk in there. There's a whole crowd of people in there. Some of them I recognise because I'd already seen them. And climbed on the bed. He adjusted the bed length and the cushion, and I lay down. And they asked me some more questions before I start, your full name, your date of birth. And then they laid me back. They said, what are you in here for? And I said what I was in here for. So I obviously ticked all the boxes. And the anaesthetist put an injection into, what they call it when they put that, they put a, like a needle into your vein. I can't remember what they called it. I'm bruised to death. Anyway, whatever it was called, I'm bruised to death. He connected up to that and said, right, I'm going to start injecting you now. He said that it will take a little while to get going. So as he starts, I could feel the cold going up my vein. I said, oh, I can feel it going up my vein. He said, yeah, that's right. He said, it's going in. And then another nurse on the other side put a mask over my mouth. They said, take deep breaths and breathe out, in, out, in, out. And that was it. I don't remember anything else. That was it. I was out. I didn't know what was going on. It was great. The next thing I can remember was I came to. I was in the recovery room. There's a nurse beside me, and she went, "Oh, you're awake already." And my first reply to that was, "What time is it?" And she said it was 9:30. And I thought, oh wow, because I went in at 8. I went into the actual building itself at 7. I was probably in that operating room by 8, and I was in the recovery room by I came round in the recovery room at 9:30, and that was fantastic. My next thing that I did was I looked down at my chest, and there they were. I had breasts. It was like, oh my God. And I looked back at the nurse and I said, "Can I touch them?" And she said, "Of course you can." And I touched them for the first time. And it was amazing and the amazing thing about it was that I could feel myself touching them, because before this I was always touching breast forms, you know, these silicone breast forms, which sit on top of your original breast. But these ones, because the inserts are actually inside your chest, it pushes your original breast tissue forward, and so I could feel everything. And I thought, oh wow, that's again one of these new sensations, one of those things yeah, it's just incredible, that first touch, and to think, oh, I can feel my breasts. It was lovely. They were very firm, they weren't sore. I didn't feel any soreness at all. I had bandages underneath them where they put the incisions, and there was also a bandage across the top, which I believe is to keep pressure on it, keep it nice and tight. So I laid there for probably a few minutes. The nurse went and then came back again, and she said, "Are you hungry? Would you like something to drink?" I said, "Oh, I could murder a drink." She said, I'll go and get you a drink." She came back with a jug of water. Let me just put these, I'm going to put these over there. She came back with a jug of water and a cup with a straw in it. And I said, "Can I sit up, please?" So she sits the bed up, and then I was able to start drinking. That's the first thing I've drunk since probably 5 o'clock the day before in the evening, when I had my sandwich. And I had a cappuccino from Liverpool Street. Yes, a cappuccino from Liverpool Street Station, and the sandwich. And that's the first thing I've drunk since then. I had spilled my mouth out with some water before I'd gone there, but I hadn't actually swallowed any water. So that was the first proper drink I'd had. It was lovely. So I stayed sat up, and I asked if she'd pass me my phone. And I started sending messages to everybody. So you who know me, who I'm already messaging on WhatsApp, would have got a message. I've messaged just about everybody. It was fantastic. I took a picture of myself and sent that. That was the released photo. The first. That was one of the first things I did. Took a photo, and then everybody I messaged, I sent the photo of me sat up with my chest all bandaged up. Shortly after that, the nurse said, "Would you like something to eat?" And I said, "Oh yes, please." And she brought me a soup, which I'd already, when I filled out the paperwork in the reception, they'd asked me, "Is there something you'd like to eat? Would you like a sandwich, a soup?" And I said, "I'd love a soup." And she turned up with a soup and a pot of tea. So I sat there with a soup and a pot of tea, looking down at my breasts. It was lovely. And I was wide awake by this time. I was full of it. Finished the water off, I had 2 cups of tea, and I had the soup. And I sat up, I felt no pain at all. I felt really, really good. I dare say the painkillers and everything was really helping me. But it was great. It was absolutely great. Anyway, she says to me, the nurse said to me, right, she said, "Well, you're doing really well." She said, "I've had a word with the doctor. You should be able to go soon." I said, "Well, do I see the doctor first?" She said, "Yes, he's going to come in a minute and check you," which he did. He came in and had a look. Said, yes, he was happy with how things had gone. We had a little chat. And then he said, "Yeah, you can go." So I got myself dressed, and then I messaged my sister, or sisters. My sisters had driven down to London to pick me up. They hadn't been there long. That's the thing. But because I got done first thing in the morning, they didn't come down at the crack of dawn. They sort of had a leisurely drive down. and parked the car up in the car space I'd got for them. And they'd gone into London shopping, but no sooner they got into London shopping, I messaged them to say, I said, I can go, you can come and get me whenever you want. I said, don't rush. I said, you know, do what you have to do, but I am ready to be collected. Well, within probably an hour, they turned up. My eldest sister had to actually come into the, I was told before they came down, and the day before, that they were to double park outside the building, not to park in a parking space, because otherwise you get a ticket. So double park, put your indicators on, and come into the building to collect me. I had to be collected. Somebody had to actually come into the building to collect me. So my younger sister drove down, my elder sister came in and collected me at reception. So I went and sat in the back of the car. They've got the back of the car all set up for me. Now my sisters know I'm a bad traveller. It's well known. Everybody knows I'm a bad traveller. And I said to my sister, make sure you got a bucket because I will probably be sick. And so she got a bucket, she got a drink of water for me, she got everything I needed, some tissues, you name it, it was there ready for me. So I had the back of the car and I sat in the middle. I put the lap strap on. I didn't want to put a seatbelt across my chest because obviously I just had the surgery. And then we started our trip out. Trip out was okay to start with. I was fine when we first started off. It was in the middle of London, it wasn't particularly busy in the centre. But the further out from the middle of London we got, the busier and the busier it got. Until eventually we were stop start at traffic lights, and that got me going. All that stop starting, and yeah, it got me going. I thought, oh no, you know, here we go. I'm starting to feel ill. So I unzipped. Did I have it? Yes, I had this fleece on. I unzipped it to give myself a bit more air because I was getting really hot. I opened the windows on the back of the car just to get me a bit more air. My sister said to me, "Are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, I just need a bit more air." But that's when I started feeling a bit icky, guys. And I knew that was going to come. I knew I was going to be ill. So we did eventually get out and we picked up. We weren't heading for the A12, but there was a big queue of traffic heading towards the A12. But the M11 or A11, you could get straight onto it. So we went that way. We went up the A11, M11, up as far as Bishop Stortford, where you can turn off at Stansted Airport. Then we headed to Braintree from there, and then we picked our way cross country back to where I live. By the time we got back there, I felt like death warmed up. I was sat in the back of the car. I was still sat up. You have to stay sat up. So I was still sat up. I braced myself against the front seats and the back seats. So I sort of wedged myself in so I couldn't fall over. And I'd got my eyes shut because I didn't want to see. I just didn't want to see. I knew roughly where we were. Every now and again I'd open an eye and I'd get an inkling of where we were. And they got me all the way to the house. And I heard one of my sisters say, well, we dropped my elder sister off before we got there because she lives in Sudbury. So we went through Sudbury on the way. So dropped her off. Then we got back to Lavenham. My younger sister got out and she got, I had a bag in the back of the car. She got that out and took it to the front door. And Donna had come out. Donna had seen us pull up. So she got out and I heard Belinda saying, yeah, she's not feeling very well. So I got out of the car and all I wanted to do was go and lay down, guys. Just lay down and keep still. And that's what I did. I said hi to Donna. I said, I've got to go and lay down. I said, I don't feel good. And I had forewarned them that I wouldn't be good. And I wasn't. It was the travelling that did it. It wasn't the surgery at all. The surgery was fine. It was the travelling. I'm a bad traveller, guys. Anyway, I got up to bed and I just laid down and I did not move. And we got back there probably about 4 o'clock. I think we got back somewhere around there, maybe 4:30. I wasn't looking at clocks, guys. I just wanted to go and lay down. So I went up, laid down, and I didn't move. I stayed there till about 6:30, maybe 7 o'clock time, by which time I needed to get up to go to the toilet. So I got up, went to the toilet, and I thought, right, well, I'm up, I'm going to go downstairs. So I went downstairs, the front room door was open, and Donna and Karen were in the front room. So I stuck my head in there, I said, hiya. I said, can I come and sit down? So they said, yeah, come and sit down. So I went and spread myself out on the sofa, and I just laid there. I didn't move. They did say, would you like something to eat? And I said, I'll try a drink. Well, Donna went and got me made me a cup of tea, and then she brought me a Mars bar in as well. I drank the cup of tea, and I did manage to eat the Mars bar, but it took me a long time, but I did manage to eat it, but I couldn't eat anything else because I'd have been sick. They did say, do you want something cooked? And I said, no. I said, I don't think I'd keep it down. I think I would be sick. And so I stayed up as long as I could, because obviously I hadn't had a lot of sleep the night before, but I had just laid there all night, so I wasn't really tired. And don't forget, I'd gone to bed as soon as we'd got back, so I wasn't really tired. So I stayed up as long as I could, and then I eventually went to bed. I slept so well. I slept so well. I had to sleep sitting up, so I had all the pillows wedged. I've got a special shaped pillow that you can lay on, so I was laying on that, wedged myself up, and I'd got the window open because I was really hot, and I slept like a log till about 3:30. Now this is fairly normal for me, because that's a sort of normal time for me to wake up, because I usually wake up before my alarm goes off at 4 to go to work. Oh dear. But obviously I wasn't going to work this day, but I woke up at the same time. So I rolled over, went back to sleep. I had set my alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't roll over, sorry. I just sat myself back down because I can't roll. I had to stay on my back. So I stayed sat up. I had slid down during the night because I was quite high when I sat up originally. But by the time I woke up in the morning, I'd slithered down. So I sat myself back up, covered myself with a duvet because it was a little bit cooler then. And I did manage to get back to sleep. And then it was one of those where I was constantly just looking at the clock to see what the time was. Eventually got to, my alarm had gone off. I think it was about 6:15, and I heard somebody in the hallway. And that was Donna. Donna was going to the toilet. And I called out to her, I said, good morning. And she tapped on the door and she said, can I come in? I said, of course you can. So Donna came in and she sat down. She said, do you mind if I come in and sit down and talk to you? And I said, no, not at all. So she sat down and we sat down on the bed together, and she was chatting about it. It was really nice. So we probably chatted to about 7:30 before we all finally, myself and Donna went downstairs to have some breakfast. And I had, sorry guys, I am yawning now. And I had hot cross buns. There's some hot cross buns. There's still more in the cupboard behind me, guys. I had hot cross buns and a milky coffee. I took my medication. I had to take my medication at 8 o'clock, so I took that. So I've been up on my medication. The girls have been really good making sure I take it. They've been reminding me, but I have been good. And so the medication is working really well. Lots of tablets to take, guys. I must take about 11 tablets at the moment, but it's good. It's doing the trick. Right, hang on. I've got a chopping board I've missed. I knew there's something else. So I had my breakfast, and then we carried on sitting down there just chatting. Eventually, Karen got up, but she got up really late, guys. Really late. She was in her gym jams. Donna was still in her gym jams as well. Nobody got changed. I went and got washed and got changed, had a shave. I got myself all ready, but they just sat there in the gym jams just talking and laughing, which wasn't a problem because I had said to them I wanted them to treat this as a holiday. They were there to look after me, which they were doing, and it was really nice. So they were all relaxed, and it was a lovely atmosphere of chatting away. We were talking girly talk. I did get them to trim my bandages when they put the bandages on. They didn't do them neatly. It was just pulled up either side across the top of my chest, and you could see the bandages. You could see the bandages stuck up above my bra, guys, which I've still got on. If I can find it, there. Still got the bra, but the bandages are stuck out up here. So I asked them if they'd just trim them back so you can't see the bandages, which they've done. So you can just see the bra. The bandage is still there. It's just behind the bra now. So they did that for me, and that's lovely. That's the first time they actually saw my breasts properly, because they hadn't seen them before then, because I'd kept my fleece on, and they said they looked really good, and I feel they look good as well. And again, when I woke up in the morning, it was the first thing I did. I touched my breast to make sure they were still there. I don't know where I thought they were going to go, but they were definitely still there. So it was really, really good. I've had a cracking time today. Myself and Donna went to Sudbury and we went round the charity shops. Karen went to Sudbury and did a shop. It was a small shop, but she wanted to get some wine. And so they were celebrating. So this was their last full day here. Tomorrow I've got to take them to Stansted Airport, which I've got my dad's car. I've got somebody to drive it for us. So yeah, that's going to be really good. Drop them off. Should be easy this time because they know where they're going at Stansted Airport. So hopefully they won't get lost this time. And that will be it. They'll be gone. I have got somebody else coming to look after me after this. Somebody else, again it's a nurse, it's somebody I know, and they're going to come and look after me. So they should finish off my 2 week, because I'm off for 2 weeks, and they're staying for the rest of the 2 weeks. And I go back to work in March, the beginning of March. I go back to work as long as I'm okay. And if I'm feeling like this, I should be fine, guys. I really do feel good. I can move my arms about. I've got a lot of movement. I'm not pushing the point. I am being very careful. I did take the dogs for a walk today. I wanted to take them out for a short walk just to see how I was, and I coped really well. I really did, guys. And that was lovely. I needed the fresh air anyway, because I've been stuck in the house, and I thought, yeah, I definitely need to go out. And that was really nice. So yeah, it's been a really, really fantastic time. I can't thank Donna and Karen enough for doing what they've done for me. I couldn't have done it without them, and likewise my sisters. Now I sent a message to my sisters today thanking them for everything they've done. I said I don't know how I could possibly repay them for their kindness, but I said I'd like to take them out in the summer when I'm obviously fully recovered, and we're going to all wear dresses. I said dresses, and I should be able to wear a fairly revealing dress this time, where I haven't got to worry about showing my breast forms, because I won't have breast forms anymore. Maybe show a little bit of cleavage. Yeah, feeling the part. And they've said, both my sisters acknowledged the message to say, yes, that sounds like a great idea. So that's what we're going to do. Later on this year, when we've got some sun and a summer, we're going to book ourselves into a restaurant, and I'm going to take my sisters out for a meal as a thank you. Because without my sisters, I couldn't have done this. So, what a fantastic time I've had. I have got a couple of wine bottles on the side. I'll just rinse those out tomorrow. I'm not doing them now because I haven't got enough room on the drainer, guys. So I think I'm going to go to bed myself now. Time-wise now, it's 12:15 at night now, guys. So time I went to bed. I'm not allowed to have showers for about 2 weeks until I go up to Norwich to have the surgeon look at it again. I believe the stitches are dissolvable stitches, but if they haven't come out, I'm sure they're taken out at the same time, and hopefully they'll be able to take the dressings off. I've been told not to get the dressings wet. If I do get them wet, not to panic and use a hairdryer to dry them. I've got to keep a bra on. He said, whatever you do, keep your bra on. It's got to stay on all the time. So they said, if you take it off to put a clean one on, put another one on straight away. Don't dawdle about getting your new bra. So I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to do exactly what they said. And yeah, I am living the dream, guys. This has been a dream come true for me. And I've had some wonderful, wonderful messages off you guys, and I can't thank you enough for your support. And this is the last video for today. I will try and get more videos, normal videos for you loaded tomorrow, because it's been very fragmented and broken up, and I hope that hasn't upset you guys too much, but I'm trying to do the best I can. And I'm going to sign it now. If I get this glove off. There we go. I'm going to sign it now, guys. I'm going to take this upstairs. I'm going to plug it in to recharge it, and I'm going to load this video on for you guys. And I shall speak with you all tomorrow. Okay, right. Bye. Love you.